and Matt Seidel coming back and forth. Do not let the IWC fool you, my friends. There doesn't need to be a clear-cut anything. Pump the kick out. Miguel pops up the kick up and a kick to the side of the head of Matt Seidel. He doesn't go down. Kick of his own to Trey Miguel. Oh no. Got him caught. Oh! Wow. And Matt Seidel winner.
Yo, this is Slammer, and you're listening to the I-70 Hot Tag, brother.
He can beat him on the ground. Tobias is going up to the sky. Leona fighting for his life at this point. Tobias has it hooked. We're going to see a superplex, folks. But wait a minute. Clay Huda battling back again. And he turns it over. A cord buster off the top rope. Tobias comes bouncing off the floor. Clay Huda to the top now. Vegas are off the top. That leg drop off the top rope, ladies and gentlemen. 2, 3, and Clay Huda takes it.
Alright, this is Moonshine Mantel, and you're watching the I-70 Hot Tag, where they always keep it 100 proof.
They've done enough for the ref to not call it.
Whoa!
Came in hot.
Big shoulder tag, or shoulder bit, big form, I should say, sorry. Oh, it's the under there. Burning hammer?
Gotta load it up.
No,
That
UFO.
baby. Whoa! That is a game changer. Miles up the power bomb.
Stacked him up.
3, there it is. Your winner, Thomas Shire.
This is the Mile High Magnum Dak Draper, and you are watching the I-70 Hot Tag Podcast.
And by himself, this could be it. Beautiful northern lights.
Here, shooting star press.
Turned into a Boston crab.
Boston Crab, this is it. Clay's got to keep an eye out though for Moonshine. Where the hell is he at? This could be it.
Fans telling Carrington to tap.
Gonna be. Oh, and then Sway comes flying into your picture, launched into frame by Mantell to break up that Boston Crab. Ryder kind of losing control of this one.
Oh, he's definitely lost control.
He's gonna let it play out. Run it, boot into a Alabama slam, and that might do it. And it does. What a combination there.
This is the Kenny Alfonso, and you're listening to the I-70 Hot Tag.
Sir Steve, Slammer was setting him up. Slammer was setting him up. Yeah, he took advantage of the opportunity. So now we're down to Superstar Steve and Luke Langley.
Yeah, I really thought that Superstar Steve was going to be out after that clothesline there, but he held on. Wow, your winner, Superstar Steve.
So Superstar Steve, yeah, 2022. Chris Wyatt Memorial Battle Royal winner. He gets that beautiful trophy there.
This is the walking weapon, Josh Alexander, current reigning, defending Impact World Champion, and you're watching the I-70 Hot Tag.
I am old evil, that damn coyote, Christian, by God, Rose.
This is Stormy Renee.
You're looking at the big strong boy.
This is the premier superstar, Campbell Myers.
This is a Kings Road Slayer, Derek Neal, baby. Yeah! Yeah!
Reach for it. Reach for it. Reach for it.
I'm Matt Seidel. This is the I-70 Hot Tag.
And now, CR Media presents the I-70 Hot Tag with your host, Chaos Chase, and the real Josh Elliott.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Chase, aka CR Media, episode 35 of the I-70 Hot Tag, coming at you live tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very excited. Got a great weekend for professional wrestling. Ryan is in the chat. Appreciate my boy Ryan joining. Beckerman. Pretty sure I saw Beckerman pass me as I was scanning tickets. And I meant to go say what's up to him and didn't get an opportunity, Beckerman. I apologize about that. But Gears of Kai says, hey, finally get to catch a live show.
Yeah. Appreciate you joining in.
Gears of Kai.
Gears of Kai.
Do you want to take a gamble and say that's probably Kook?
It's possible. Very possible.
It's a possibility. Dean says, let's do this. Hunter Dillon, I'm here. I made it. My blood sugar almost bottomed out, but I'm here. Keep rested and stay healthy, Hunter. Yep. We played I watched a bunch of jabronis play Family Feud last night in the Discord because they were testing but they were working on our power grid. So my power went out right after the AEW Dynamite post show, like literally right after it. And so I jumped in the Discord and I was like, no, I'm not going to be in here very long. And then Hunter Dillon started a Family Feud, and then I was like, nah.
Alyssa's here. She was at the event at CSW as well. Yes, the cage match was insane. Indeed, we're gonna get into all that, guys. As Chase said, this is episode 35. I am Josh, aka the real Josh Elliott. This is episode 35, guys. We appreciate all of you for tuning in. As you guys probably saw on our Facebook page, we did originally have a WLW new breed wrestler, Midwest veteran superstar Steve Fender scheduled to be on the show tonight. Due to scheduling conflicts, we had to postpone that interview. We have him scheduled, though, in January, on January 19th, for him to come on and have a full interview with us. So I didn't want to take any shortcuts or limit our interview. We could have done it tonight. It would have had some weird effects, phone interview wise. We've done those in the past. They don't translate very well. So I wanted to make sure that we get him on a video format. So he will be joining us in January on the 19th, and we'll talk to him about his very illustrious, I guess, career here in the Midwest independent wrestling scene. Yes.
Hunter Dillon says it was a hotbed of comedy, that feud game last night. Indeed, it was. Like I said, appreciate everybody joining in. For those that don't know, this is our final show for 2022, man.
Yep.
We'll kind of get into that, kind of just to start this off, man. With it being the final show of 2022 and us having a little extra time because we're not doing an interview tonight, I want to take a moment and thank everybody. From number one, my best friend, the real Josh Elliott. Josh and I, as we've told this story a million times, and I have no problem telling it a million more, decided to do this. And it's been a wild and crazy journey, and I'm having a blast. I know Josh is having a blast.
Yep.
Everything we've done. And, I just want to emphasize that 2022 was about learning 2023 will be about growing. You will see the I-70 hot tag more, and you're gonna see I-70 hot tag, more than just having a table at a show passing out flyers, which was an absolute honor to do. But 2023, there's not going to be a wrestling promotion in Kansas and Missouri that doesn't know who the I-70 hot tag is. Our job is, our goal with this is so everybody knows what's out there as far as Kansas and Missouri independent professional wrestling goes. So we will definitely be bringing you lots and lots of content in 2023. Lots and lots of room to grow, and I'm extremely excited. So final show of 2022, man. Hey, we started our first show. We started with no guest. It's only fitting that we end the last show with no guest as well. So,
and we started with a very huge show from CSW, DWF, that transition that happened with the street fight with the Howlets, and we're going to end it talking about the Howlets against the Premier in another step up. We thought that street fight couldn't get better. They couldn't do anything better, and they did. They took it to the next level. So we'll get into all that here very, very shortly. But I can't wait to break this show down.
Absolutely. Let's get all the knick-knack paddywhacks out of the way, man. The social medias. So right now, guys, we're live on Twitch, twitch.tv/crmedia1988 if you don't know. But we are also live on the I-70 Hot Tag Facebook page and the I-70 Hot Tag YouTube page. And as Beckerman said, man, 3 likes, brother. Let's get that. Let's hit those like buttons. We've as Beckerman said, 8 watching on YouTube. Guys, we've got some people watching on Facebook as well. And we also have some people watching on Twitch. So like I said, we've got a pretty good house tonight. If you guys have not already, make sure you go like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss anything from the I-70 Hot Tag. Josh, tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, so you can find me at my personal account. You can find me at The Real Josh Elliott on all social media platforms: Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter. But again, like I say every single week, the tag's right there in the title there, at the I-70 Hot Tag. That's on our flyers. That's what we want you to follow. Go look up our social medias on every platform. Like I just said, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. We go live every week on Facebook and on YouTube. So those are the 2 most important ones that I would highly recommend you guys follow. Also, we post some exclusive content on our TikTok page, clips of the show that we don't typically share out to the rest of the social media platforms. So go give us a follow if you guys have a TikTok page. I do have a clip that we're going to talk about from that cage match on our TikTok page that is not able to be viewed from the video that I recorded anywhere else. So we are close to 350 followers on our TikTok page. So if you could go give us a like, follow, we really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And if you guys, you guys want to hang out with us outside of the I-70 Hot Tag, we do have a Discord, the CR Media Discord, where, we're trying to build it up, hopefully trying to get to, our next goal is 50 members. So if you guys like talking wrestling, like hanging out with like-minded people who like wrestling, come join the Discord. If you guys need the link to the Discord, it's in the Twitch chat. However, if you're not watching via Twitch, if you're watching via YouTube or Facebook, let us know. I'd be more than happy to post the Discord link in there as well. Brian J, baby, appreciate you joining tonight. But yeah, that kind of takes care of the social medias. Like I said, guys, join the Discord, hang out with us. We didn't have a hot tag guest last week, so it was another episode like tonight where we were just kind of hanging out, and I think I'll be seeing you Sunday, Chase. Okay. What am I doing Sunday?
I don't know. Are you guys going to a Chiefs game together and I'm not knowing about it or what?
Yeah, man. I'm very Dean. Dean, are you going to see me on Sunday? Do you know something I don't know? So Gears of Kai says, go ahead and drop the Discord. And I'll join. Maybe I heard wrong. Okay. All right. I'm working Sunday, Dean. So unfortunately, unless you're talking about bad booking, if you come hang out with us on bad booking, but yeah.
So I just I'm going to hope that is the Discord link. I just copied it directly from your Twitch that you posted on a stream element. So if that does not work, guys, just let us know. We can send it to you directly, and that should get you to the Discord.
Yep. Perfect. Yep. Gears of Kai already joined, man. Look at that. Anyways, so as you guys know, we didn't have a guest last week. It was just kind of a show like tonight. I do want to emphasize that I am in the process right now of uploading episodes to the podcast network. So hopefully those will all be pending, no interruptions. Sometimes when you're trying to upload stuff to Anchor will time out. I don't know why, but anyways, hopefully KCXW taping thought I heard you were going. Did Dean just spill the beans? So Dean, I applied for commentary and I have not heard anything back from KCXW. So as of yet. So we'll see.
We'll see. Maybe you'll be commentating.
Maybe. So anyways,
yeah, guys, even if you don't, if we're behind a little bit on the podcast networks, you can always listen to the video or watch the video on demand. Every episode is immediately available on our YouTube page. So you guys can watch all of our episodes dating all the way back to episode 1. We didn't start, you might want to go follow CR Media on YouTube as well at the beginning, because we did only exclusively put it on his YouTube page there at the beginning. So I think it was around episode 10 or 12 where we started putting it on the I-70 hot tag. So those first few months of episodes are just on the CR Media YouTube. So
fantastic.
So, let's bring that back down here.
Yeah, let's bring that back down. Don't
anyway,
show that comment. Don't show
Brian J, baby.
Must be drinking whiskey tonight.
Must be. He's on fire already.
Yep. So, anyways, our pit stop episode where we had Coach Froz and Roscoe Leach prior to this Saturday's event. Is on the YouTube on demand. Definitely go back and watch that. It was super entertaining. Coach Froz and Roscoe Leach went at it. It was super fun to do. We definitely had a lot of fun with that. So if you haven't seen that already, go check that out. And then the podcast, guys, like I said, we're a couple episodes behind on the podcast. I will have those updated pending any interruptions by tomorrow. So that way, it's holidays, guys. You're going to be traveling with your family. So, would you rather listen to your bratty ass kids in the back seat, or would you rather listen to Josh and I talk about Kansas and Missouri independent professional wrestling, baby? I don't think it's a question. So
no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Definitely know what the better choice is in that scenario. So
absolutely.
I was the heavier guy in the ween shirt next to the guy in the ginger afro. Can't miss him. Okay. All right. So Chase, let's dive into this, man. Like I said, we've got some.
Are we gonna dive into that, or are we gonna break this announcement first?
That's what I was gonna do. I got it sitting right behind my head here. So
okay, fantastic.
So we've posted
without
this
further ado,
Add you. Yeah, we posted it on our Facebook page and our Twitter, as well as the company that I'm going to discuss right now. But if you guys have not heard already, we do not. I wish I should have had the graphic pulled up, but we do not. I have it behind me here. But it is official that the next partnership, the I-70 Hot Tag, is going to be, I guess, in business with sponsoring is XWE, which is their New Year's beatdown in 2023 and at the Leavenworth local hotel, which is going to be going down on January 7th, Saturday, January 7th. So,
absolutely, guys. The Kansas Wrestling Alliance, XWE presents New Year's Beatdown. The I-70 Hot Tag will be the official sponsor of that event. We are super excited. We're going to see guys like Ray Leon again, Kuda, Niles Plunquet. Among
Valencia E. Paz, I think, is going to be there as well. So
Valencia E. Paz is going to be there. So we are very excited about it. Like I said, man, 2023 is going to be big for the I-70 Hot Tag because we are, there's nowhere else to go but up. Yep. So,
and on January 5th, we have already kind of shown the graphics on that. If you watched last week's episode, we are in fact having the XWE United Liberty champion Johnny Faith on the show Thursday, January 5th. He is our next episode. We're taking 2 weeks off, but he is the next. He's going to be the guest on the next episode of the I-70 Hot Tag 2 days before that event. So we're going to chat about his title win.
Johnny Faith, and I will tell you Gabe Miller, who is very popular amongst Kansas City wrestling, is a huge fan of Johnny Faith. He was very excited when he found out we were having Johnny Faith on.
He was. We had his graphic on the table, and he was ready. He was ready for it. So excited to talk to him. Excited to get to another venue where we're actually a sponsor and we're able to kind of promote our stuff. We had the incident we talked about in St. Louis, but this is going to be super fun, guys. This we went to a KWA event in Wichita. It was United Underground and had an absolute blast.
Yep.
A lot of the same guys are going to be there. This is under that KWA umbrella. So, and we're going to see Kuda, man. Kuda's a guy that I've been watching from afar and excited to see what he can do in person. So,
agreed. Yes, we are very excited to sponsor this event. So, there's not much else we can say. Buy
your tickets January 7th, Leavenworth, Kansas. Go check it out. XWE Wrestling. If you don't follow them on.
Alyssa, we did have Roscoe on the show. Your brother and I interviewed him and Coach Froz, who came out with the Howlets. We actually did it last Monday. Not Monday, that was a few days ago, but last week's Monday before the event. You can find it on the YouTube. It's very entertaining.
Yes.
Just skip the last few seconds of the interview. So
yes, please.
Yes,
you're going to see something you do not want to see.
Do not want to see. I thought about making that CR Media's profile picture.
You should. That'd be great. That'd be great. Man. Guys. So go look up XWE on their Facebook, and you can get the link to go buy tickets. Let's go fill up that house, man. It's at a hotel. I was talking to Sonny. I haven't seen him comment yet. Not sure if he's watching, but he has been out there to that Leavenworth hotel, and he said it's an extremely cool venue to see wrestling at. So I'm excited to see it and excited to get out there and see some good wrestling.
Absolutely. If you guys follow XWE Wrestling on Facebook, which you should, if you're not already, make sure you go. Make sure. I feel like Roscoe just wants a constant.
Yep.
Anyways, if you don't follow XWE already, go check them out on Facebook. It's XWE Wrestling. They're in Kansas. They frequent Salina, Kansas, and Lawrence, Kansas. Great company, like I said, underneath the KWA umbrella. Our one of the guys we saw at UUCW, our guy Dickie and Dick,
Triple Dicks, Dick Richards.
Dick Richie Richards.
Yeah.
Just posted a video the other day about the KWA Women's Championship that he is still holding hostage from former guest of the I-70 Hot Tag. So, it'll be very, very interesting. How that plays into the show on January 7th. So, like I said, if you guys haven't already, make sure you're following them. Other than that
does it for XWE. But we're getting ready to get into a huge event that happened this past Saturday.
That's right.
Which you can see kind of a little bit right here, and you're going to see in every other stream. CSW Deal with the Steel 4. First deal with the steel since 2005. Was that the right date?
Was it 2003?
It might have been 15 years. 15 years roughly is the last time.
Yeah.
Our guest that was supposed to be on the show, I did have a question for him about that. He was in the main event for the last Deal with the Steel, and it was a War Games match. So we will save that for the January show. But man, what an absolute! I mean, I don't know what to say, man. This was the best independent wrestling show that I have seen in a very long time.
Yes, absolutely. And before we get into that, I want to. There was a gentleman who came up to the table on Saturday who mentioned that he was sitting front row in the YouTube video that they posted of that old CSW event. So for those that don't know, and I'm sure that Gears of Kai and Beckerman and especially Brian J, but for those that don't know, we've talked about this, but I want to reiterate. Michael Strider, who is the executive, who is the EVP of Central States Wrestling. He sat in the cage and watched Froz beat the absolute dog shit out of Roscoe Leach. Anyways, yeah, spoiler alert. Michael Strider was part of the winning team in the last in that last Deal with the Steel event. And his partner was former I-70 Hot Tag guest Derek Neal, who wrestles for WLW and a little bit of Colorado and stuff. And then Superstar Steve, who was our guest tonight. So, as Josh mentioned, we will talk to Superstar Steve about teaming up with Derek Neal and Michael Strider that last go around. Derek Stone. I'm sorry, not Derek Neal. Derek Stone. And they beat the Girthy Management Group, and one of those guys in the Girthy Management Group was Jeremy Wyatt. Jeremy Wyatt had hair, so a little weird to see that, but yeah. So it's weird how some things never change, and some things have changed drastically. Like now Michael Strider is doing a fantastic job of booking CSW. And Derek Stone is still working WLW, and Steve is still working WLW and doing a little bit of New Breed. So definitely cool. So Brian J said this CSW show had a higher attendance than any NWL show.
Yep. And Alyssa, just to kind of right on top of that, over 700 people. Yeah. I think it was 729 official in attendance there. And actually, I think it was over 750 because I think including comp and everything else, I think it ended up being over 750 people at that armory, which is a building that I believe only holds 1,000 people.
Yep.
So we were damn near close to selling out. When we sold out at Horseman Country, we were right at capacity for the Camelot Ballroom, and 2 events later we go to or they did it in Vendetta too, but we moved to the Armory for Vendetta, and then here we are just 2 events into the Armory, and we're already close to Ryan DeMott. Sorry, I was 3 off. 753. We're almost selling that place out. and I say they are almost selling this place out. So what a sight it was, man. It was just people would not stop coming into that building. It was crazy.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, that spot where that angle that Joe took from high above it's a beautiful shot. So so we did some predictions, guys. If you weren't with us last week, we did some predictions on who everybody thought was going to win. And it's a shame Sonny isn't in here yet, or at least I haven't seen Sonny in here yet, because Sonny smoked the competition.
He did.
I wish there were 2 concession stands. I do too. I wish there was 2 concession stands as well. Or you know what, they didn't expect the seats to go back as far as they did, Beckerman, because it was supposed to be a straight shot, as you saw where we had the merch tables and stuff. So, but yeah. Chase and I were scanning tickets, and not even 15 minutes in, people started having to grab chairs. Yeah, agreed. Anyways, so our friend Brody finished at 4-4 on predictions. Do we have
the who they picked?
Yeah.
We do on last week's episode. We just go back one, and all there at the very bottom of the blue section is who everybody picked.
Gotcha. Fantastico. All right.
So yeah.
So Brody was 4-4. And so he scored the lowest, which was fair because Brody's never been to a CSW event. CSW Deal with the Steel was his first event. And he absolutely loved it. So Brody will definitely be coming back to another Brian J. I don't know what you're smoking.
Yeah, you could be 8-0 when you weren't here for predictions.
Yeah, exactly. You can't be 8-0. You weren't even here. Anyway, so and then Dean came in. Dean and myself actually tied. We tied at 5-3. Josh here got 6-2. So Sonny didn't smoke the competition as much as it sounded like, but Sonny did come in at a whopping 7-1. And I'm very curious. So I'm glad you mentioned that we have the scores down at the bottom. Sonny picked
that first match. He picked Jamison Holly over Luke Langley. That was his only loss.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
Brian, you're not telling us something we don't already know.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you. So, yeah. So, Sonny Money Mayo, former co-host of the Wrestle Talk podcast. He kind of smoked us in our predictions, but I was the only one that picked Davey Vega over Kenny Alfonso, and boy was I wrong, because I don't know if you want to go in order by match, but that was the first match. That was the first match of the night. They opened up the show, and it was a damn good one. It was one that we thought were going into it that was going to be a show-stealing match, other than the cage match, obviously. It's a match that could have been a main event on any other show, any other promotion.
We talked about it last week. I'd have paid $15 to watch that match by itself.
Yep.
And it delivered. So
it did.
I was very, very happy with that match. Before we kind of get into it, I will say an underrated match. Not underrated. I feel so bad saying underrated. It's not a match that I picked, like I would have looked at on paper and been like, started that match.
Right.
Scott Tyler and Dredd Roberts.
Agreed.
That's the one. Phenomenal.
When you started talking about that, that's the match I immediately started thinking of.
Yeah. I mean, Gears of Kai says, honestly, every match stole the show. Edge of my seat during the entire event. It did. But I mean, like I thought Dredd was going to come out and dominate that match. And they had a good match. It was a very awesome big guy versus little guy story. I love matches like that. Like old classic big guy versus little guy. Kevin Nash versus Rey Mysterio. Kane versus X-Pac, like those matches were cool. Like those matches resonated with you when I was younger. And that's the feeling I got, man. And then when Scott got the 3 count on him, man, I popped like a son of a bitch, dude. I was very excited for it. Because like I said, I thought Dredd was going to come in and dominate that match and kind of in that Cinderella story for Scott Tyler, the hometown kid. But man, it was damn good. I loved it. So completely, wanted to highlight that. But yes, Kai mentions a very good point. Every match was phenomenal. The event was great from start to finish. And we'll get into that. So where do you want to start off, my friend?
Well, I mean, I've already kind of gotten into it. We talked about 2 matches already, but let's talk about this. I know our list is kind of out of order, but let's talk about that Kenny Alfonso versus Davey Vega match, which was literally the opening match of the show. It, I posted a video of, is Dredd Roberts the pirate from New Breed? I don't know.
He's definitely not.
I don't know. Chase has seen him in person, so I don't know.
Yep. He's much bigger than Shipwrecked.
The Shipwreck, yeah.
Yep.
So, like I said, I absolutely love this Kenny Alfonso match. I love both of these guys. These guys are top tier performers, and they could go to any national brand, any mainstream company, and fit right in and would not feel like they felt out of place at any point in time. AEW, WWE, Brian J. Bebe knows Kenny effing Alfonso. I clipped a video. I recorded a video of both of them guys chopping each other, and it echoed throughout that armory. And I had some music. If you follow our TikTok, I had some music playing behind it, and you still heard the damn things echoing throughout the that facility there. And like I said, it was a high pace, very quick, not quick match, but very high pace, quick moving match. They were constant motion, and like I said, I was the only one to pick Vega. I thought Fitchett was gonna make an appearance and help his buddy out, but it was a clean, straightforward match. Kenny Alfonso gets to win. Fantastic on him. Love Kenny, and it was a great way to start off a great night.
Absolutely.
So, you got anything to add to that match, or do you want to just?
No, we'll move on.
Okay.
I don't need to add anything that hasn't already been said.
All right, let's go on to the match you talked about, Scott Tyler and Dredd Roberts.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, don't really need to go over too much of what I already said. It was a great big guy versus little guy story they told in the ring. Like I said, reminded me a lot of Kane versus X-Pac, or Kevin Nash versus Rey Mysterio. I thought the storytelling inside the ropes was very, very good. Alyssa, yes, you got the privilege to sit next to Dimitri, and Dimitri, this is Dimitri's 4th wrestling event, and Dimitri does not hold back. So
much like his dad.
Yep.
Much like his dad.
Yes.
Boy, that first event we went to, before we started sponsoring CSW, I'm like, good Lord, this guy is just top of your lungs the entire event, which is fantastic. Yeah. It's fun to be a part of the show. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Scott has been on fire.
Yes, he has. He's been tearing it up, not only in CSW, but all across our area. So, I don't have much to add to that match. As I was with you. I thought Dredd was going to come in and they were going to kind of push him as a powerhouse, dominant heel, big guy. And I'm extremely happy for Scott that he came in and got the victory. So
here's a little something I picked up on Captain Obvious over here. Dredd Roberts, Dr. Doctor, came out with the stethoscope. So
he did. Yep. By the way, he did make it a point to walk up to me, and he wanted me to tell you this in person. I already did, the muscles in your neck here are called the traps.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's listening.
The kid in front of me yelling, "Make it quick! I got school on Monday," broke me. That's hilarious.
Oh man,
that is hilarious.
So, let's go on to a match that was a very like Dakota or like Gears of Kai said. Every match was fantastic, and this one here featured a man who had been not unbeaten, hasn't gotten a win in CSW since he came in. His first match was against Jamison Holly, an upside down diamond and Luke Langley came in with 0 wins against Jamison Holly and
0 wins in CSW.
CSW, yes, correct.
Yep.
And so he was his promos were very intense. Absolutely loved everything they posted, kind of building up this losing streak for him. And I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, did we ever see a promo from Jamison Holly leading up to this?
We did not.
We did not. Okay. So, like I said, you and I think both, if we go back here to Luke Langley, yep, you, me, and Dean picked Luke Langley. He did come up with a win, finally got that W, ended his losing streak in CSW. And Gears of Kai, I completely agree. We did have Luke on in the summer leading up to, I'm trying to think. I think it was leading up to Horseman Country sometime in August. I'm not exactly sure what the date was, but Luke was a great interview. Great wrestler, wrestles all around our area. But it was fantastic to see him finally get the win, even though he is he's a heel in this match. So
yes, agreed.
Great match. What'd you think of it?
I thought it was very good too. Luke came out with a lot of aggression. Like I said, this was Luke's. Luke wanted to show that he can, that he can deliver and he can win in CSW. So, what better way to do it than to bring in, the guy who you had your first match in CSW against. So this was about Luke sending a message, and Luke, yeah, man, Luke's headed for some very good things, whether it's in CSW or wherever it is. So, we'll harp on Luke because he's a heel, and we'll give him shit because he's a heel. But you're not going to find very many guys in the Kansas City area, the Missouri area, Kansas area that are more talented than Luke Langley. So,
Yep. And so Gears of Kai says, "You might be my favorite unsigned wrestler, can play both roles, cut nice promos, amazing in the ring." Completely agree. He does play. Now, I'm trying to think. It's been a while since he's played a face in any of our companies. So, but we know he can do it. So it's just been a while. He does play a great heel. So he's doing a great job there. So one I wanted to highlight, guys. I say this almost every time we get to say his name, but this next match I wanted to talk about was the match of Dan the Dad versus Arjun Singh with Roscoe Leach. And I could not say anything negative about Dan the Dad, but I can also say nothing negative outside of the ring about Arjun Singh. The guy is a complete class act. We interviewed him, great interview. We talked to him behind the scenes, And I'm not going to get into anything, specifically, but I'm telling you what, man, this guy is he sees us, he smiles, he makes it a point to come up and shake our hands. We don't prompt it. We don't walk up to him. He comes up to us. Like, this guy is a fantastic talent.
Time out.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the I-70 hot tag just became astonishing. Austin Muitalo saying what is Austin Muitalo in the house. The new breed United States champion.
Yep.
Still your new breed United States champion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to.
You're good, man. That's a perfect time to interrupt me. If you're gonna interrupt me, you better interrupt me for Austin. So
yes. So and we were talking about Arjun Singh, and I mean I'm not gonna you're not gonna get anything different from me. Arjun is in fantastic shape. He hasn't lost a match in CSW. It's only a matter of time. And we'll kind of get into that. We talked about how, we'll talk about the main or the world championship match, the CSW championship match. We'll talk about that. But Arjun Singh last month at Vendetta made it very clear. Like, I've got my eyes on that CSW championship, and I'll be keeping a close eye on it sooner, much sooner rather than later. We're gonna see Arjun Singh challenging, Dak Draper for the CSW championship. So, yes. Did he lose to Luigi?
That would have been at No Turning Back, because that was the first event we went to. I'd have to check on that.
I thought Arjun Singh was undefeated in CSW.
I'd have to check. I can't remember. Is anybody in CSW? Anybody remember that? I thought Arjun Singh won as well, but maybe Luigi did get the win there. So, but yeah, I like Chase said, like, this is that was a great match. Dan the Dad, is another one that.
Nuckin Futz says clean to a crossbody. Hey, I will gladly admit I was wrong to a guy, to the guy who stole the name on YouTube of Nuckin Futz. That is awesome. I'm sorry. That's
Brian's gonna go to the Google machine and he's going to check.
I don't think we need to go to the Google machine. I think Nuckin Futz fact checked it for us already. Clean to a crossbody, baby. Clean to a crossbody. Nuckin Futz.
Completely agree, Brian. Dak versus Arjun would tear the house down. So,
absolutely.
And that's what we thought we were going to get here. We didn't, and that's all right. Every match was fantastic. So,
you say it's all right.
That's not to take away from Dan the Dad, man. I don't want to completely skip over Dan the Dad, because Dan's character, gimmick, everything about Dan is the crowd eats up, just like they do with Luigi. He comes out with that coffee mug. He takes that belt off and smacks people like they're spanking them. It's a awesome character, and the crowd loves it. And he's a fantastic wrestler too. You let him go, he's gonna have a great match. And both these guys did. Arjun came out victorious, and as Brian said, we're gonna get that what we called Moonshine versus Dak Clash of the Titans. This is gonna be another Clash of the Titans here when Dak and Arjun square off somewhere down the road. So,
absolutely. Sorry, I apologize. I am. So I don't know if you're aware or not, but TikTok came out with this new feature called it's called TikTok Live Studio. So I'm trying to set up the live studio right now. And
got you.
Yep. He says, "Damn it, Chase, stop making me do shots." Why is it me making you do shots? I'm not making you do shots.
Nope. So let's move on to a tag team match here. Our first of 2 tag team matches. Team Ambition, which was Camaro Jackson and Mike Outlaw, taking on, what was it? Miracle Violence Reborn, which is Moonshine Mantell and the King's Road Slayer, Derek Neal. Chase.
Yes.
What'd you think about this tag match?
I dug it. I'm not exactly, I didn't like the outcome, but it was a damn good match. I mean, we expected, Moonshine and Greg Jovi and Derek Neal to do what they do best, and that's smash people and Jovi to help cheat and get the upper hand. But I was really upset. I was really, really wanting a Team Ambition win. But Mike Outlaw and Camaro Jackson still tore the house down. So
as they always do.
Yep.
As they always do. That match got me heated. Blame Jovi. You can always blame Jovi for getting people heated.
Absolutely.
The guy does does a fantastic job getting people pissed off at him, and that's every night, whether it's in CSW or anywhere else.
That is right.
Yeah, I agree, man. I was hoping Team Ambition would come out and win victorious, but with what happened at Vendetta, I just kind of knew that this was going to go in the favor of Moonshine and Derek Neal. But I'm not against what you were saying, man. Like you predicted last month that these two men want to be the best. They don't want to be a cohesive unit. They want to be better than the next guy, and eventually those egos are going to clash, wanting to be better than each other. And they did clash at Strapped, but somewhere down the line, I think this team's going to they're going to go on a run, and then eventually something's going to happen to where one of them thinks the other cost the match, and they're going to clash, and they're going to have a match, and it's going to blow up. So when that happens, I'm not sure, but Moonshine, and by the way, those fans, I'm not sure if they're in the chat. I know that we had some Moonshine fans in the chat earlier, but those fans we talked to a few months ago came in with their Moonshine Hawaiian shirts where Moonshine's face was just all over their clothes. So not his family. We have confirmed not his family,
yes,
but close friends of his and workout buddies, I think. So, and this time they were happy because Moonshine got the win. Last time he lost.
Agreed.
Cool to see them come in. So
definitely.
Jake, I'll let you kick this one off. This one is this is the biggest fan favorite. I don't know if it had a bigger pop. It was the second biggest pop of the night. Ethan Price, the big strong boy, Ethan Price, in a rematch against the best pizza chef, Luigi Primo. In chat,
he making the best pizza.
He does.
Yeah,
he does. So
yeah.
Take it away. What'd you think of the match?
All right. Before I start getting away here, I want everybody to know that we are live on the Tiki Talk. So I was able to figure this out and talk to my co-host at the same time. Anyways, so did my quality drop down like a shit ton?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
I mean,
no worries.
It's good now. Alyssa there. Yeah, Alyssa knows.
Okay.
Pizza.
Yep.
Pizza.
Ethan Price is so good. It feels weird to boo him in CSW, but to cheer him everywhere else. Gears of Kai says, and that's 1,000% right. But Ethan Price does such a great job of doing the bad guy thing. So Luigi's pop was humongous. I remember elbowing somebody and being like, dude, look at this crowd. As soon as he won the match, the crowd went bananas. Luigi's hot right now, man. He's one of the hottest things in independent professional wrestling. And the fact that we get to see him at CSW is even better. So I loved the fact that he got to come out, and then they did the angle where he was like, it's a dough disqualification match.
Dough disqualification.
So if Luigi used the dough, he was disqualified. So it was, like I said, it was very, very fun. We had a blast with it. The fake hit on the pizza was awesome. Yes, Alyssa knows. So I dug this match, man. I wasn't sure if I was going to be excited to see them go again, because CSW has a great pool of talent. So, I was kind of like, I'd like to see Luigi face somebody else, and then Ethan Price face somebody else. But man, it worked out perfect. So they put on a great match, and it was awesome.
Yep. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I want to go back to Gears of Kai's comment here where it says it feels so weird to boo him in CSW. That was the first, I've said this before. Again, I'll say it again. He was the first wrestler that we noticed when we first started this podcast and this show where we went to a CSW event in April and the crowd booed him. So, hey, all right, cool. The big strong boy is a bad guy. Then a week or two later, we watched a Glory Pro event on YouTube, and the crowd erupted in cheers. And I'm like, that's weird. And then we saw another match in St. Louis, I believe. I don't know what promotion it was, but they cheered him as well. And I'm like, man, it's just this Christian Rose, multiverse that he talked about on our show is crazy. That just 3 hours, 4 hours down the road, you got an entire fan base, and he's a good guy, a face, a baby face, and he is hated, booed very heavily in CSW. So, but yes, as far as Alyssa, her comment as well, that the ending to that match was fantastic, where Luigi smacks the pizza, tosses it to Ethan, drops down. I honestly thought the referee was going to disqualify Ethan, and I thought that's how it was going to end, but it didn't. Since Luigi didn't use the dough, I think that was the stipulation. Gets the roll up win, gets the 3 count, and gets the win. So Luigi finally gets that victory over Ethan Price he's been longing for, because he's had 2 losses to him. In the last 8 months, I believe. So, but only in CSW. I want to see Ethan Price get the Maya Demas by Anaya. Yeah.
Yep. And we'll get to Anaya and Hoodie in just a moment. So, the next match, sir,
semi-main event.
Yep. The Mile High Magnum, Dak Draper, defending his newly won CSW championship from last month at Vendetta against the still DWF champion, Jeremy Wyatt. Why is Jeremy Wyatt carrying around a championship to a company that doesn't exist anymore? And he does it proudly too. He's very well showing off that he's still the DWF champion. I don't understand this. It's not that it makes no sense to me. It's just I'm confused. Why is Jeremy Wyatt walking around with a championship that doesn't exist?
I mean, it exists. It's around his waist. And
well, yeah.
Jeremy didn't technically lose that title. So,
I mean, that's fantastic.
He can claim
with the technicalities and everything, but
yeah. So he'll, maybe in I don't know, 2030, he can claim to be the 8-year reigning DWF heavyweight champion, and that's going to be his claim to fame. You never know.
Yeah,
I mean, much like his, I don't hate to intermingle companies here, but much like his Gateway Heritage title run, where he held it through a year and a half of a pandemic and didn't defend it. So
true, absolutely.
But I think eventually that title is going to get defended. So it'll happen eventually. But the match itself, man, as you know, I'm a huge Dak Draper fan. I popped big time. So did the entire crowd at Vendetta when he won the CSW championship. Great moment. And couldn't have been more deserving. It was either going to be him, I think, or Camaro Jackson. I think Moonshine would have been a great champion as well. I'm not saying Jeremy Wyatt wouldn't have been, but Jeremy Wyatt has been just dominating Kansas City wrestling for so long that it's good to see a new face. And Dak is a fantastic champion. I think he's going to run amok in CSW for quite a while in 2023 before we get someone to legitimately challenge him to think that we're going to have a title switch. So
Willie seems to be Willie Hendricks seems to be a big Jeremy Wyatt fan. He says Jeremy Wyatt rules. He doesn't need the title to be the champ wherever he goes. Well, yep. I beg to differ, Willie. If you're not the champ, you're not the champ. So if you ain't got a title, you're not the champ. And the only thing with Jeremy is Jeremy walks around with a title of a company that doesn't exist anymore. So, it's time Jeremy Wyatt faces the fact that he's not the king in Kansas City anymore. It's time to put the DWF championship down, put it in the vault. Let Strider put it in a display case in his office, or Joe put it in a display case in his office, whatever the case may be. And let's get rid of that championship because Jeremy Wyatt has no business walking around with it. So, yes, I mean the match played out. Just how I had hoped it played out. I was a little worried about Ace Steel, like we said prior to this. Prior to this show, Ace Steel's been best friends with Jeremy Wyatt for a long, long time, and it's just, best friends fight. So I had a terrible gut feeling going into this match. I was like, something's gonna happen here, and nothing happened, and we got a great match out of it. And Dak came through with the win. That crowd was very hyped to watch Dak get that 3 count. That crowd wasn't gassed, man, at all.
No. For as many great matches as they saw, yeah.
We're talking for over a 3-hour show. I mean, and that's, granted 3-hour shows happen all the time. And 3 hours is where you generally like to see a wrestling show go. But man, I was very, very excited about how, but you're still talking about Jeremy though. Yeah, we are.
He's got you there.
You're right, Will. Yeah, he does. Anyways, like I said, the matches were fantastic. We get to the main event.
Main event.
I mean, what else? What else can I say about that main event that we haven't already said? The year-long feud. The Howletts weren't even supposed to face the Premier. The Howletts were a fill-in that night. The Howletts come in as the bad guys of Kansas City to face the baby face, to face the young guns, the baby faces. And then we see the turn. We see them show their true colors, and the Premier become, what we've seen them as. The Howletts, become one of the most popular entities in Kansas City wrestling, with the Tribe. Like I said, we've talked about it. We've hammered this nail a million times. It feels like, and I'll be honest with you, brother, I'm still not tired of talking about it. Because if you thought like this was going to be the end of us talking about it, no, because we got a 30-minute mayhem of in a cage and all around the arena in one of the craziest things I've ever seen live. And it was amazing. It was absolutely beautiful to watch, from the Premier coming out and looking at that cage and seeing something. JB Wrestling Fan for Life, man, we appreciate you joining the TikTok. Yes, well, we love pro wrestling. That's why we're talking about it. So, but yeah, the Premier coming out, getting into the cage and looking and knowing what's just just getting into the cage and looking at it and looking at that structure and knowing like what's about to happen. And it was crazy. I was very, and then the Howlets came out. It was the same thing. You saw that look in their eyes of the unknown because they hadn't been in a cage match before. And I'll tell you where the goosebumps started for me. When Hoodie and Anaya checked on everything and made sure everything was cool, and then they grabbed that door, and this is callbacks. I love this is why I love professional wrestling, guys. I love storytelling and I love callbacks. One of my favorite things is when two guys will get in the ring and they'll send little love letters or little callbacks to old matches or old things. And Undertaker became a staple for the Hell in a Cell matches in WWE in the 2000s for a while. And when you knew shit was going to get real, Taker would walk in the cell, and before the bell would ring, he'd reach behind him and grab that door and slam it shut. And then they'd lock it. And then you knew like you were going to hell with Undertaker.
Yep.
And the Howlets did the same thing in that cage match. Like they checked, they made sure everything was cool. And then once everything was good and the bell was about to ring, they reached behind him just like Taker did and slammed that door shut. And that's when I got chills, because it was like, here it is, boys. This year-long thing that's been brewing, the street fight, the sneak attacks, the low blows, the suspensions, everything that's happened between the Premier and the Howlets. Here's where it is now. It's over. It all ends tonight inside a cage. And then that was the best part about it, was it didn't even stay inside the cage.
Nope. Spilled out. That if you thought a steel cage with no top, was going to hold these two teams confined into a ring, there's another thing coming, right? Because the hatred of these two teams has boiled over for 12, 13 months. And like you said, I saw the same thing. I saw him reach back. I didn't put two and two together for Undertaker, but I did see the reach back and slamming the door shut. And when that bell rang, it was on, man. It was they were in it to beat the ever loving shit out of each other. And as they have every time they get into the ring, whether it be a tag team match or a singles match like we saw at Horseman Country, or whatever we've seen between these two teams, it's always been a very physical, I'm going to beat the hell out of you regardless of my own body. And I wanted, on top of that, I wanted to start talking about some of these fantastic spots that happened in this match. The first one, which video was taken by obviously their cameraman, but they posted it on Sunny Money, not in the chat right now. If you are, comment Sunny, but he posted a fantastic video of this because he was front row right by the cage, and it spilled over into the outside. And Anaya, the security guys have coming out, the guys in the black shirts, they were out there as well. And Anaya had climbed on top of the cage, and I could not see from where I was at because we're back by the table. So all we see is people standing up, and I'm trying to stand on a chair and find out what's getting ready to happen. And I see Anaya climb on top of this cage, and he leaps off and lands. I believe it was on SK Bishop. And what an insane thing to see live that close. And I mean, just to put your body on the line like that, I was speechless. Like that right there, chill. I'm talking about right now, chills are going through. Like it was an awesome moment in that match where I'm like, man, this is it, man. They are not holding anything back. They, like we said at the top of the show, And we got another one to talk about. I'll let you kind of go into that. But we talked about that street fight at No Turning Back as one of my favorite independent wrestling matches I've ever seen live. One of my favorite matches, regardless if it's independent or not. Never thought it was going to be topped. And this match this night just took it another step up, topped it. And that right there alone could have topped it. That topped it. But there was also another spot that happened during that match. And I'm going to let CR Media explain that one.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, like when you're sitting here talking about this, it spills out into the cage, or it spills out of the cage. It goes into the crowd. They're all over the place. Anaya gets locked inside the cage. He can't get out. He climbs it. He leaps out. That's not the craziest thing that happened in this match.
Nope.
We've been told at CSW, we're not allowed to go up top. You know, only certain, you know, only like one or two staff members can go up there to, you know, hang banners, lights, stuff like that. We're not supposed to go up top. The National Guard Armory, it's not safe up there to have people sitting up there and whatnot. I don't know where Hoodie is, because there's action over here and then there's action over there. I don't have a clue where Hoodie is. Next thing I know, people are losing it because Hoodie's walking up to the top, and like you see him just poke out from the stairs, and it's like, oh my God, what is he doing up there? Why is he up there? Like, bro, this is not supposed to happen. The cage was supposed to keep these guys confined. I don't know if you saw or not, but the clip that you posted on TikTok, there's this crazy part.
I'm trying to pull it up right now, so I'm going to pull it up and try to share it here. But go ahead and keep talking.
There's a crazy spot where Michael Strider is watching, like, and he's trying to gain control. He's trying to, like, you know, push the crowd out. And, you know, Michael Strider, who's a former NWA Central States champion himself, a badass, you know, helping security hold back the fans, do everything he can. And then Hoodie leaps off onto a group of people from the balcony down to this group of guys. You know, the premier, the security guards, everything. Michael Strider goes and just sits down in the chair. Like, he's like, bro, I'm done. I can't do it. So, it was nuts. I can't say enough about it. It was just crazy. Like I said, everything, you know, with the crowd, and whatnot. Yeah. It was a wild, fun event. And then, you know, we get into, and this match was everything we thought it was going to be. It was going to be violent. It was going to be brutal.
I've got the clip whenever you want to.
Yeah. In a second. So it was violent. It was brutal. It was crazy. They did all kinds of stuff. I was on that side where Hoodie dived. I lost it. Yeah. As Gear Kai said. Go ahead and bring up the video whenever you can.
Yeah, I'm trying to, am I on mute here? You know, so I'm trying to get the comments off here. Let me try to make this as big as I can here. All right, so share screen. So this is a video on our TikTok page. Share screen. All right, so here we are. So again, this is on our TikTok page. So let's take a look.
If you guys aren't already, make sure you're following the I-70 hot tag on TikTok. I don't think it's going to play, Playboy. Josh Wave. Yeah, I think we killed Josh. Yep, I think Josh is dead. Bring him back. Barely. Where's tech support Tony? Brian J. Bebe knows. Where's tech support Tony when you need him?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Every time I try to share my screen, it jacks up.
Everybody, look. R.I.P. Josh. Ryan DeMontis. R.I.P. F's in chat. I love it. But yeah, anyway, guys, I mean,
so go check out the better quality in our TikTok. That's a better way to watch it. How about that?
Yes, go check out the TikTok. Like I said, Josh has it on there. I wonder if do you want me to dare try and do it?
I mean, you did the sharing of the Jason Strife match last week, so it seems like your sharing is a little bit better. I'm not sure. As soon as I started sharing, my internet connection went woo and it tanked. So,
well, and my computer's kind of mad because I told you I'm using that TikTok thing.
So, am I frozen? Is Chase frozen? It's there's something going on here. So we're
we're all dying.
Yeah, we're trying to share this clip and it ain't gonna work.
We're also play the video.
So anyway, I'm not sure if this is me. I don't know if Chase is messing up here, but anyway, what a fantastic event! What a fantastic night! It was a hell of a match, hell of a way to end.
It's fucking amateur hour over here on the I-70 hot tag.
So it was good stuff. Yeah. So apparently sharing screens is not working correctly tonight. So Chase is out. He gone. So let's bring him back in. I think he's unfrozen now. What's up, buddy? Okay. Anyway, guys, so what we do typically, that was our coverage of CSW Deal with the Steel 4. We are extremely grateful for them. Their hospitality, their them reaching out to us back at Horseman Country to be a part of that fantastic event. And then we did the same thing at Vendetta. And now here we are at Deal with the Steel. We were able to sponsor this match, and what a night it was, man. What a night it was. So we still have a full slate of topics here, guys. We're gonna break down the New Breed Wrestling Toys for Tots event. We're gonna talk about World League Wrestling, Harley Race's company. They did their year-end awards. We'll talk about that. Mid-States Wrestling, Tri-States Wrestling, some St. Louis Wrestling. There's still a lot of good stuff coming up here. We are gonna take our normal 5-minute break, guys. Watch the clips. Watch this if you can. Stick with us. It will go over all the events that are coming up here in Kansas City over the next week or so. It's going to also highlight all of our upcoming guests into the new year. So we appreciate you guys sticking with us. And if you can, like I said, stay with us throughout the break, and we'll be back to talk some Kansas City wrestling. We'll talk to you guys in a minute.
can't wait to sink my teeth into one. Big Daddy's Eat-Bowl Donuts.
I turned the Tiki Talk off, so now my shit won't lag.
Nice.
So,
welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back to you, and welcome back to everybody else who has stuck with us during that break. I did want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Big Daddy Donuts. I actually had Big Daddy Donuts this morning. Took a dozen of them into to work this morning for my guys. Got 6 specialty donuts and 6 regular donuts. They were fantastic. They were eaten up very, very quickly. They have fantastic donuts. They have 3 Kansas City locations. Raymore and Belton are their 2 primary. I believe they have another one somewhere in Raymore as well. But if you're in the South KC area, guys, hit them up. They got some good stuff. And tell them when you get in there that your friends at the I-70 Hot Tag sent you to get some delicious donuts. So, tech problems with Josh and Brian J. Bebe host. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. Every time we try to share a screen or do something spontaneous, it feels like that's when the tech problems happen. When we have it planned out, it works all fine. But
yeah, exactly. So we'll plan it out better next time.
Yeah.
We appreciate everybody sticking with us, guys. We still got quite the show for you. We're gonna go over some things. We're gonna talk about other events than CSW that happened this past weekend in Kansas City, Missouri, and then we're also going to talk about events happening next weekend as well. So, Josh, we'll get right into it. Let's talk about New Breed Wrestling, Toys for Tots. This event happened the same day that CSW did. So I was very interested in this event. So had we not been at CSW, I might have made my way to New Breed Wrestling to check this show out. So
yeah. It was it sounded like a hell of a time. I know Dean, I believe, was there in attendance. And it was a Toys for Tots event, which the fans would bring a toy. I don't know if that was the admission into the event or not, but I did want to show this this image here. This was what they collected at this event, and this is all for the Toys for Tots. What a collection, man. That's that's awesome that they were able to get this many toys for what a great night, man. For a great cause.
Absolutely. The show opened with what software do you guys stream on? Might be easier to save the videos and run them through that rather than trying to pull them from online, as streaming already uses lots of internet. That's a great idea, Josh, to put them over in the brand section instead of sharing the screen. So,
if we planned this out better, maybe we would have. That might have been the way we did it. We appreciate it, Gears. Absolutely. Yeah, that's normally like when we have our mid-show break and our intro video. That's normally what we do, but I didn't have this readily on hand available.
That TikTok video was a little bit spontaneous because we weren't going to show it, but man, who doesn't want to see Hoodie Howlett dive off the balcony, right?
Yeah.
The show opened up with
your boy.
I can't.
So if you remember, we broke down. Chase went to the last New Breed show in was it Warsaw? Is that the New Breed show you went to? It was in Warsaw, right? So you had mentioned to me that your boy Burt Candy turned heel.
Yeah,
and
because they offered him money because Money Mike Pettis offered him money for Shylin was at drill that day, got dismissed at 4:30, drove 2.5 hours to wrestle, and had to drive back to base afterwards. Hey, so salute to Shylin, wrestling and serving our country too. So big shout out to Shooter Shylin. Anyways, so the event ended with Burt Candy turning heel because Burt Candy was promised money for candy, lots of candy, from Money Mike Pettis. So him and Tyler Maxson joined forces, and they beat down Blair Dior, I think. So anyways, our good friend Burt Candy opened the show this time and said that he wanted to let everybody know that he was not joining private practice, and he only wanted to use Money Mike for one night so he could get some money to buy candy.
What candy bars do you suppose that Burt Candy buys? What do you think?
I think Burt Candy and myself. I think Burt Candy and myself don't discriminate against candy bars.
To whatever you can get.
Yeah. I think he likes seafood candy bars. He sees it and he eats it. So just like me, man. Bert's my kind of guy. Honestly, mood though. Like, yo, I only wanted to use those guys one night so I could get some money for some candy. I don't
gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta do what you gotta do. So first match, man. You wanna?
Yeah.
Go ahead. This one up. So this one, this was an interesting one. It was the Fajita Taker. You heard that, right? Was able to, and I'm going to read this directly from their Facebook page. Was able to out-sizzle Blair Dwyer to get the win. So the Fajita Taker is a fan of the I-70 hot tag. So I saw him liking some of our posts. So he follows the show. So appreciate the follow, Mr. Fajita Taker. And nice win out there at New Breed.
Yeah, we've done interviews with a pizza chef, Luigi Primo, in the I-70 Hot Tag before. And we've also done interviews with a guy who like not Jason Jones, Brock Anderson, Josh Alexander. We also did an interview with a guy who speaks an unknown language, an unknown ancient language.
El Diablo. We did.
So who knows, man? Maybe we'll get the fajita taker in here and
we might have to do that
as well sometime.
Yeah.
And a big strong boy. That's right. Gears Kai knows.
We did have him.
Gears Kai knows. Yeah.
So Brian mentioned him earlier, but Shipwreck, aka the High Seas Caesar, took on our guest coming up on Monday, our next pit stop on January 9th. Got the victory over the Prodigy, Alan Jones. And I'm not sure if he goes by the Prodigy in New Breed or not. I know he does in KCXW. So my bad for misspeaking if he doesn't. So if the gimmick doesn't carry over. So hush your mouth, Chase.
Jason Jones. We haven't had Jason Jones on the show, though, so I misspoke. Anyways, so for those that aren't familiar with New Breed Wrestling, if you guys are watching this right now, New Breed Wrestling is not something you've seen before. New Breed Wrestling introduced Shipwreck through vignettes. It was very, very cool. They and it seemed very dark and ominous. And then when Shipwreck shows up, that's not the case.
Right.
If you've watched a Shipwreck match, he is in full black pirate outfit. And he wears a luchador mask, and he comes out with a bottle of rum, and he is wobbling everywhere. He's drunk the entire match. So, I mentioned the event I went to, unfortunately, Dr. Ison won the title back. But, I had mentioned to Dr. Ison when he was coming out, I was like, hey, just think that your legacy here in New Breed Wrestling ended by a guy that can't even stand up straight. I said, your legacy ended by Jack Sparrow wearing a Rey Mysterio mask and can't even stand up straight. And then Dr. Ison wound up winning the title back that night. But that's beyond the point. Shipwreck is very entertaining is what I was getting to. So if you guys have not seen Shipwreck yet, definitely take an opportunity to go check that out. He is one of the most entertaining things that New Breed Wrestling is producing right now. So New Breed Wrestling putting on good shows, but Shipwreck is just he's fun. He's fun for everybody. The family, doesn't matter who it is. So Brian J. Bebe used to be their photographer in 2018. For those who didn't know,
nice.
An FYI, a fun fact Thursday. I don't like that. How about a fun fact hot tag? Fun fact hot tag. Brian J. Bebe used to be the photographer.
The jack of all trades, Brian J. Bebe.
Timekeeper, referee in training,
photographer, scans tickets, security. He does it all.
Can fill in as a co-host on the I-70 hot tag.
Yep.
Brian J. Bebe
does it all. Does it all. And speaking of extremely entertaining, you talked about Shipwreck, but this next match I want to talk about is two extremely talented and entertaining wrestlers. We had on, as you said, the Aztec Demon, El Diablo, who we had to have a special interpreter come on the show because he has his own ancient language that there's a barrier there. We couldn't speak to him directly. So
Ray the Night Owl Martinez Renee the Night Owl Martinez from Wrestle Talk Podcast joined the show with El Diablo and interpreted everything that El Diablo said. So definitely fun.
I have signed up for that ancient Aztec language class that Renee teaches. So maybe next time we can just have El Diablo on and we won't have to worry about having an interpreter. So I'm looking forward to that one, but it might take me a good year to get it down. So, Renee's gonna hook me up. But anyway, with that being said, El Diablo is the New Breed Wrestling PopCon champion, and he defended his title against the Clay Huna, who we saw at KCXW win their Season of Excellence championship. This was in a different company, but they had a fantastic match. And Frodo the Ghost came out. He took interest in the match, and it looks like Frodo is interested in that New Breed PopCon championship. El Diablo did get the win over the Clay Huna, so it looks like at the next New Breed Wrestling event we could see a El Diablo versus Frodo, possibly a triple threat match. So Frodo is a member of Team Ambition. For those of you who don't know, Team Ambition is a school in St. Louis. A lot of wrestlers over there participate in that. Camaro Jackson, Mike Outlaw, Tootie Lynn, Davey Richards. Yeah, Davey Richards is the head trainer there. So a lot of good wrestling coming out of Team Ambition. Moses the Deliverer's there, Raheem De La Suede, like you said, but Davey Richards is the main trainer, and Frodo is a member of Team Ambition, so
that is right.
Should be interested.
Yes.
Clay Huna always puts on bangers.
Yes.
Nice. If you saw our intro video, we do have the Clay Huna against Tobias Storm match ending there on our intro video. So for KCXW.
Yep, so in Tobias Storm, who's very charismatic and very talented in the ring as well, who Clay Huna faced at KCXW, will be on the show. Warhorse is there too at Team Ambition.
You're right. My bad. He is. Yep. Warhorse is the man, and I would absolutely love to interview Warhorse. That's one.
Have you put any feelers out?
I have.
Okay.
That's one we got to probably do a little bit more work on, but we will definitely work on getting him in 2023.
Absolutely. So then after that, Money Mike Pettis came out with Santa and told everyone that he bought out Santa and that Christmas was canceled. Little did we know that Santa had a little surprise of his own. He did not sell out. And 2, he brought with him a returning Nothing Neater, Derek Teeter. So,
if you guys remember, we first started this, we talked about Nothing Neater, Derek Teeter. I think he tore his Achilles or he got a pretty serious injury that was neat. And I'm assuming he's talking about Nothing Neater. I'm not sure what type of injury it was, but he was out for the majority of us talking about independent wrestling. So we have not been able to cover Derek Teeter. Extremely excited to talk to him because he has a very, I didn't say talk to him, see him wrestle. Honestly, I've heard a lot of good things about him coming into this show, and he's back, baby. He's back.
Absolutely. Afterwards, we got to see astonishing Austin Moitalo retain his New Breed Wrestling United States Championship against the American Outlaw Tyler Bodine, which was astonishing.
Aren't you? I hear you're a big fan of Tyler Bodine.
Absolutely not. Tyler Bodine is a. Yep. I'll do that again. So he about got sneaky eye poked when he told me to go back to my own country. Don't know what that means, but he about got sneaky eye poked. Yeah. So watched Austin Muitalo beat his ass live last time for the United States Championship, and here we are again. Tore meniscus in the knee.
Okay.
So
I know it was pretty serious injury. He's been out for 6 months roughly. So
now this was no fun. Private practice members, New Breed Wrestling Heavyweight Champion Dr. Eisen, who is everywhere. Just in case you haven't noticed, in Kansas and Missouri, Dr. Eisen wrestles everywhere. Pretty sure he wrestled 2 times in one day.
He did. Yeah. Last month he did. He traveled 3 hours.
It was the day I was, because he was at that event in Wichita,
OCW in Topeka.
Topeka. That's what it was. He was in Topeka, and then he showed up at New Breed Wrestling. So for as much stuff as I give Dr. Ison, shout out to that dude for the struggle and the hustle. But him and Dirty Deeds Daniel Maxson won the New Breed Wrestling Tag Team Championships, beating New Breed Wrestling Women's Champion Shai Lynn and Mr. One Night Stand Burt Candy and the team of Frodo and Ryu Kendrick and Hard Luck Hal Rogers and the Iceman. Following the match, fans and the New Breed locker room were left in shock as the Iceman attacked his partner with a low blow and continued to beat Hard Luck down until help arrived. So Tyler lost because he was full of Mexican food he had for supper with us, but he was astonished in the end. I'm not surprised that Mr. Tyler Bodine partakes in Mexican cuisine, but never mind. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that.
So our this brings us to the main event, and
main event. I'll let you announce this.
Yeah, man. This was a topic that we were going to talk about with our guest tonight, Superstar Steve. We will definitely talk about this on January 19th, but long reigning New Breed Wrestling television champion, former guest of the I-70 Hot Tag, and fantastic individual and wrestler Slammer Mania defended his New Breed Wrestling television championship against Superstar Steve and Dangerous Derek McQuinn. And Superstar Steve has done something that nobody else has able to do or was able to do for a very long time. Regardless of the help he received from Derek McQuinn, regardless if the referee didn't see that Slammer's shoulder was clearly up and was not down for the 3 count, regardless of everything I just said, we have a New Breed Wrestling television champion. Superstar Steve has new hardware. He cashed in his Chris Wyatt Memorial Battle Royal win to take down Slammer with all the help in the world. Slammer no longer has that title. So we have a new champ.
Yep. And if Superstar Steve would have made it to the interview tonight, I would have been more than happy. More than happy to confront him, ask him why he had to cheat to win to beat Slammer Mania. So Willie is obviously a the superstar was Softcore Derek, his sidekick.
They go with the tag team wrestling in 2023.
I'm not gonna ask Willie why he's called Softcore Derek. We're not gonna go there. No. But that does it for New Breed Wrestling Toys for Tots. Fantastic event, guys. As we, all jokes aside, kayfabe, whatever. As Josh mentioned, fantastic event, fantastic cause. The kids, the kids in that area are going to they're going to help those kids in that area have a better Christmas because of the toys that that were donated. We talked about WLW. We mentioned Derek Stone at the beginning of the show. Being in the last CSW Deal with the Steel event. That especially that one that was posted that Joe posted on CSW's page. And then we talked about Superstar Steve and Michael Strider. But Superstar Steve and Derek Stone came from WLW. Came from, but they have helped become pillars in that company in WLW and helped make it what it is today. Obviously, there's a lot of great talent that comes through there. They had an event. This past weekend. I tried to search all over their social medias, guys. I couldn't find the results to those events. They don't stream their events or anything like that. So it was kind of hard to. I almost messaged them and see if maybe they would give them to me so we could promote it on the show. But I think they do that for a reason. So instead, we talked about last week, they had their year end of the awards, and Josh and I talked about the year end awards, and we kind of guessed who we thought would win. But they posted it on their Facebook page. So want to give a shout out to some of these people. Bill Strobe. I hope I pronounced that right.
Bill Strobel.
Bill Strobel. Okay.
I do have pictures of almost all of these. They were posted on their social media page. So Bill won.
Willie, we appreciate you joining, man. Anytime. Love having you on here.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Much love and respect to you, sir. Gears of Kai says, I'd love to see him back. Imagine Derek Stone versus Arjun Singh, or Stone versus Langley in a CSW ring.
Man, I would love to see Derek Stone in CSW, regardless of who it is. I'm a big fan of Derek Stone, so whoever he wrestles, it'd be great. So,
I didn't want to take away from Mr. Strobel here. He won Staff of the Year, and then I am going to butcher this young lady's name, so I'm just going to call her Miss Harley. Won Referee of the Year.
I'm assuming it's Elaney Harley.
I didn't even want to try. I assume be safe rather than sorry.
Yep.
Because I'm not going to mispronounce somebody's name and then let them come on the show and then embarrass me in front of our guests.
Yeah.
So
congratulations to Miss Harley.
Absolutely. John Webb and Jack Gamble, High Level Enterprise, won Tag Team of the Year.
Yep.
Billy the Kid won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Billy the Kid.
And then, like I said, guys, there's no results online for the Christmas Bash this past weekend. But we mentioned,
Go ahead.
We mentioned last week the Wrestler of the Year award, and I think I picked Camaro Jackson.
You did.
Did you pick Moses? I think
did.
you did.
I did.
Yeah. And Moses the Deliverer won Wrestler of the Year. So huge shout out to
longest reigning WOW champion in history is Moses the Deliverer. So there was no, I think he was a runaway favorite for this one. So congratulations to Moses, who, by the way, he may not be currently. Anyway,
Kai.
Sorry.
K. Is it K? Gears of K or Gears of Kai?
Kai.
Whatever.
Ryu Kai is what Kook calls it.
That's exactly that's
same,
what I
so.
Yeah, that's why I thought that was Kook when he came in. I was like, I bet that's Kook.
So Moses was up in Canada doing a tour of Canada just this past week, and I don't know if he's back yet, but he got the opportunity to wrestle in different countries, so he was super stoked about that, posting on social media. So kudos to him. He's tearing it up, and he is a star on the rise in the Kansas and Missouri area. So keep a watch out for him, because he's gonna be a household name very quick.
Absolutely. So then the other thing I wanted to, I mentioned before we get off of WLW real quick, because we've got a couple other things to go over, and we're already strapped for time here. Is Superstar Steve still the WLW champion?
He is. He beat Moses.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was gonna say.
Yep.
I know he beat Moses towards the end of November.
Yeah, so he's the current WLW heavyweight champion and the New Breed Wrestling television champion. So he's got both titles right now. So
see, we had it right. We had it right the whole time. He was just giving you shit about mispronouncing names. I love it, man.
This is fantastic.
So Mid-States Wrestling, the only match listed on Mid-States Wrestling's social media and their website is Luke Langley versus Sam Stackhouse from GCW for the Mid-State Heavyweight Championship in a rematch. We're gonna run this back and see if Sam Stackhouse can win that Mid-States Wrestling Championship from Luke Langley, who's doing an absolute tear down there in Mid-States Wrestling. That event is going to be on Sunday. Mr. Jason Jones invited me down there. However, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it because I've got to work on Sunday, and I might have to be somewhere else on Sunday too.
Yeah, you may. You never know. Dean?
Yeah.
I think Dean's already left. Oh no, he might still be here.
He might. So then let's talk about the Tri-States Wrestling. Tri-States Wrestling does a wrestling tour. And they do very good. They go through a little bit of Illinois. They go through St. Joe and whatnot. They're running 2 events this weekend. They're running an event tomorrow night called A Dog's Christmas, where all of the proceeds will go to the animal hospital in that local town. And the only match on the card that I could find, guys, was Franco Varga versus Bad Bun's JT Fowler, who was scheduled to be our guest last week. Hopefully, we'll get Fowler on the show sometime in the future and re-interview him, and we'll talk to him about this match with Mr. Franco Varga. So Franco has made a name for himself in the UK, Japan, Mexico, and Australia. Even our boy
Raz.
Our boy Raz down in Australia, and of course in the US, and then JT Fowler, as we saw the day we on the pit stop prior to him coming on. JT Fowler had a fantastic match with Mike Bennett, and yes, Willie is right. Langley, Iceman, and Dr. Ison will be there. I didn't see any other matches on the card though, besides this one. But anyways, back about Fowler. We saw Fowler face Mike Bennett, and Mike Bennett called him the next big thing, the next hottest thing. And there it was on Tri-States Wrestling. They called Jay Fowler the hottest prospect in the Midwest. Hard to argue with. Very, very hard to argue with.
Yeah.
So, but yes, the Iceman, Dr. Ison, Marvelous Marte, Men with Morals, and the Smoking Ace, Luke Langley, and more.
Smoking Ace.
Yep.
Luke Langley, not the Black Diamond. He's a Smoking Ace.
Not Namastad.
Not Namaste.
Not Namaste, Luke Langley. Not the Black Diamond, Luke Langley. Luke Langley, man of a thousand different faces. I love it.
Guys, Tri-States posted on their social media that they are the only company ever to run 4 events in 4 days in the independent wrestling scene.
Yep.
4 straight days, and they did it last year, I believe, in the last 12 months, and they're doing 2 here, one in Macon and one in is it Bethany, I believe, is the Bethany, Missouri is the first one, Dog's Christmas, and then Macon, Missouri. You may see the All-American Queen Jalen in Macon. Nice.
Yep.
Nice. I'm excited for Tri-States, man. Like they came through St. Joe and everything. They're in June, and then they just kind of went radio silent for 5-6 months, and then now they're ramping up here in December. So I'm excited to see this. And like you said, man, Jay Fowler is one of my favorites. I've been a fan of him for many, many years. Back when he was the Buns of Steel, running through there, doing that gimmick, that shtick, and now that he's turned heel, whether or not he still runs that Buns of Steel gimmick somewhere, but I'm sure he does.
Oh,
but
yeah,
but as we heard, he is I couldn't agree more. He's one of the top prospects in our area. So, and he's looking to be booked. Bookers, yep. If you're looking for some talent in January, he is open. Call Jay
Absolutely. Fowler. Dean Houston says Shylin won't be at that. She was up north. And then Willie says thanks to Derek Teeter. So
nice.
So then that brings us to our next event the next day, which is Christmas in Macon, Missouri. Franco Varga will return again, and this time Franco Varga is going to face off against the American Wolf, Davey Richards. Very excited. That's going to be a fantastic match. 2 days, 2 fantastic matches from Franco Varga. Willie, if you know the talent that's going to be at that event, please feel free to put it in the comments as well. So now that we're done talking about Tri-States Wrestling, we're going to move on to Glory Pro, our final thing before we close out here, guys. But I wanted to stop. You not get the fuck off. Stop taking my shit off the screen.
I put it on and you took it off. You took it. You said you want to move on to Glory Pro, so I took it off. I was like,
anyways, so Hunter Dillon says, I'd love to stay, but I'm going to go and do my thing. Going to try and beat my PB in a solo Trivial Pursuit run. Before I go, let me just say this. If 2022 is any indication for the I-70 hot tag, all I have to say is Kansas City wrestling scene, watch out. By the end of next year, you will know who Chase and Josh are, and you will have a couple of high-profile names sponsoring your matches. Hunter, we appreciate that. Hunter is a great guy. Really, helps support professional wrestling. He's on the East Side, and he's a moderator for Rocky Mountain Pro in Colorado. So Hunter does a fantastic job. We love Hunter, and Josh and I greatly appreciate the love you show, Hunter. That meant a lot. So, yes, Dean says, well said, Hunter. Glory Pro.
Woo-hoo.
Man.
Love me some Glory Pro, man. Hey,
I'm so glad you added that last topic. So let's go over this. Let's go over this card real quick, and then because I want to get to that last one, because I almost interrupted the CSW breakdown and spilled the beans there, but let's go ahead. So Glory Pro is no longer doing their events on YouTube. They have a partnership with Fight TV. Guys, Fight TV is like $4.99 a month. Definitely check that out. They do a lot of wrestling events on Fight TV. It's well worth the $4 or the $5. But we're gonna see Moses and Tootie Lynn take on Mike Outlaw and Raheem De La Suede. So for those that don't know, Mike Outlaw and Raheem De La Suede turned their back on Team Ambition and Glory Pro. Josh and I had the privilege of doing Ludicrous Speed at the pageant too. And we got to see Camaro Jackson take the Glory Pro Championship off of Mike Outlaw. And it was just a surreal moment. It's one of those moments that when you're there live, you saw the emotion come over Camaro Jackson's face. It was amazing. It's reasons why we love professional wrestling, moments like that. So, they're still continuing this food. So we're going to see Moses and Tootie Lynn versus Mike Outlaw and Raheem De La Suede. Then we're going to see our good friend Kenny Alfonso, baby, taking on Lucky Ali. Kenny's done a couple matches for Glory Pro. The I-70 hot tag sponsored the match he had in Glory Pro against the walking weapon Josh Alexander. Yes, the TNA the Impact Heavyweight Champion Josh Alexander. Very excited to see Kenny Alfonso still doing some work over there in Glory Pro. Locked and Loaded tag team or 6-man tag, Locked and Loaded versus 6-person tag team, versus The Muscle and Heather Reckless. We got our first taste to see Heather Reckless live at UUCW. She's extremely short, but she's a spitfire. She is a spitfire in the ring. She's so short, like when she runs the ropes, her head doesn't even touch the top rope.
No,
she's
pretty damn short.
She's very short,
but she's a very fantastic talent, and it is the Hustle and Muscle, right? That's teaming up with her. at this event, or is it just is it a 6-man tag?
Yep.
Okay, so in Hustle Muscle, we saw them when we went to Ludicrous Speed, and they're extremely talented as well. So this Locked and Loaded, I'm not sure, we haven't seen them in person live yet. So this match is very interesting. So I can't wait to
have a great night, Dean. Dean says Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's, guys. Have a great rest of the year. See you in 2023. Got to go to bed. I cannot believe this is our last show of 2023. You're a scumbag.
How am I a scumbag?
Yeah, well, you're a scumbag because you made the schedule, you jerk. I just show up and look pretty for these people. Josh does all the work.
Sorry, let's rewind. You just show up.
Yeah.
Well,
pretty. Yeah. It demands. And then after that match, we've got Jake Something versus the Man Scout Jake Manning. Jake Something on a tear in Glory Pro, turned on his friend and his confidant, his tag team partner, Ethan Price. Jake Something, Demetrius, my son, who I had at Central States with me, he was the young kid behind the table with us, and Chase be like, I'm here. What more do you want? Exactly. But anyways, my son Dimitri, who's very vocal at the events, he went to a Journey Pro event, and Jake Something stuck his middle finger in Dimitri's face. So Dimitri is hell bent on punching. Direct quote from my 10-year-old son. He is hell bent on punching Jake Something in the nuts. So just Jake Something, if you ever come across this, just know that when you and Dimitri come face to face again, you're gonna get punched in the pecker. So that's all there is to it. Ali Catch, who is amazing, half of Team Bussy Team Bussy with Effie. Yep. We'll be taking on Trish Adora.
Should be a hell of a match.
Yes. And speaking of a hell of a match, we've got a fatal 4-way.
Man.
So for those that don't know, the Missouri wrestler, those that aren't really familiar with outside of the Kansas City wrestling scene, guys, Lady Luck is over in St. Louis, and can a 10-year-old get arrested for assault? Surely they can't. Yeah. I probably can, but I mean, I probably can get arrested in place of the 10-year-old. Anyways, for those that don't know, that aren't familiar with the St. Louis side and Laney Luck will get in the ring with the biggest and the baddest dudes, and she will compete with them, and she will take her lickings, and she will definitely give them back. It is almost uncomfortable to watch how hard they hit Laney Luck in the ring. And it is just as uncomfortable, guys, to watch Laney Luck get up and hit these guys back.
Yep.
It is crazy. That match we saw at Ludicrous Speed, that she was in, she took the nastiest kick. And I was just like, whoa. And when we were there, like every spot they had, I mean, they must have been leg slapping extra hard because that shit echoed. It echoed when Laney would get hit. So, but she's going to be in a fatal 4-way match for the Rizzuto Show Championship. What is that? The Rizzuto Show Championship?
I don't know. I think it's their show. It's the December 2 Rizmember. So I'm assuming it's the Rizzuto Show Championship. So I don't know what it is.
We'll have to
something.
We'll have to get Dan the Dad in here so he can tell us what that is. But she's gonna face Dan the Dad and Warhorse and Davey Vega in a fatal 4-way. So guys, what I was just talking about, Laney Luck getting hit really hard. If you've been living under a rock, Davey Vega hits people really fucking hard. So there's gonna come a time in this match where it's gonna get super uncomfortable because Davey Vega is gonna knock Laney Luck's teeth down her throat, and Laney Luck's gonna get right back up. And yeah, I'd love to see Dan the Dad on here. We need to make that happen. We will definitely get in touch with Dan the Dad. I know I've put messages out to Dan. Dan is just extremely busy. So
he is. We talked to him at the show on Saturday, and he is. It's hard. It's hard to. I mean, he was just on AEW. We just saw him on Dark, and he's traveling around doing that. Plus, he owns Glory Pro, or he's a part owner in Glory Pro. He wrestles in CSW. He's a very busy man. So we will.
So I didn't tell you this. This is exclusive. After Deal with the Steel, I'm packing up my stuff. I'm getting ready to leave. I get my wife and Dimitri in the car. I get all of our stuff in the car. I make sure before I leave, I shake everybody's hands and say goodbye to everybody. And then I go back in to use the restroom because it's like a 40-minute drive home or a 30-minute drive. And standing next to me while I've got my junk out in the pisser is not standing next to me, but in the pisser with me is none other than Mike Outlaw. And you know me, guess what I did? I said, Mike, man, when are we gonna get you on the I-70 hot tag? And he's like,
oh my God, fucking never now.
He said, brother, just hit me up. And I said, Instagram or Twitter? He said Twitter. So get on the Twitter machine and make sure we get Mike Outlaw on the calendar in January.
Yeah, that's definitely a top one.
Yeah. Maybe might want to wait a while, because if you message him, he might be like, oh, it's that fat guy that was trying to talk to me while he was peeing.
Probably.
Anyways, Davey Richards versus Nick Aldis at this event.
Who? Man.
Now, because Josh can attest, when we're doing so much of this local independent stuff, guys, it's really hard to kind of keep up with mainstream stuff. You guys should know I do an AEW Dynamite post show. But last I heard, Nick Aldis is done with NWA.
Yep.
So I don't know if that's still the case. Like I said, I don't pay too much attention. I know, like I said, last I heard he was. So it would be I'll totally not bring it up in the chat that night. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Davey Richards versus Nick Aldis. I'm super excited for this match. And I would assume that Nick Aldis is done with NWA still, because he's doing a lot of independent shows right now. So I would assume that like I said, I would assume his time with NWA is over with. And then, speaking of the Crown of Glory Championship, Camaro Jackson is going to go one-on-one with Cody Lane in the main event. So
it's crazy. Cody Lane is rising the ranks to get that title shot in Glory Pro. He was just in a feud with Dan the Dad, a very lengthy feud with Dan the Dad. So, and now he gets his chance at the Crown of Glory Championship against the Quad Father. What a fantastic event Glory Pro puts on almost every single month. Every single event. I wanted to highlight, my love for women's professional wrestling is, what are you doing?
Whatever I want. We're past 2 hours, so this is where I just get crazy.
So the women in this match at this event is these are the PWI Women's Top 150, right? So you got top of this list is Alley Catch. She's at 51. She's 51, and she's going to be there at Glory Pro. Tootie Lynn, she's on this list. She's at 63. Lady Luck, she's on this list. She's at 95. In the January show, Kylie Ray is advertised for Glory Pro. She's at 143. Just on the honorable mentions, just barely off the list. Barely not making the list. Heather Reckless on the honorable mentions. Every single woman on this card is on this article listed from 1 to 150 in the honorable mentions. So they got a hell of a stacked women's wrestling there in St. Louis and Glory Pro. And I mean, if that doesn't sell you, then obviously Davey Richards versus Nick Aldis on the card is, I agree, Brian. Tootie's going to be a one we're going to reach out to in sometime in 2023 as well. But
might have been, because like I said, for Josh really doesn't watch a lot of mainstream stuff.
I know, not anymore.
So I was going to say, might have been a little bit premature to mention the Kylie Ray thing. She's
I know she's in WWE.
Yeah,
I know.
Well, I don't know if it's official. I know she had they said it was a tryout match or whatever, a dark match on main event. So
if she's there, then obviously she's probably not going to be a Glory Pro, but she's still advertised. She's still on the poster. So we're gonna announce it, and she is number 143 on this list. So
nice. And for taking a break. For as long as she did and still making 143 on that list says a lot. I'm a huge Kylie Ray fan. I'm huge. I'm pulling for her. So this is the last thing we're gonna do, guys, right here before we announce the events coming up. And Kylie was at Journey in the Kansas Hall.
She was.
Absolutely. Grandel Wrestling announced St. Louis versus the World 2. One of the matches that they announced, bro, this is a fucking dream match.
It is.
Like, how does this happen?
Yeah.
If you're anywhere close to St. Louis, if you can make it out to St. Louis, what is the date on St. Louis versus the World?
March. 2? Hang on, let me pull it up. This is
March 18th, isn't it?
This is gonna reveal the match, but March 18th.
Yep, March 18th, 2023. Doors open at 5 p.m. The event starts at 6. We're talking about the Motor City Machine Guns against Matt Fitchett and Davey Vega. What the fuck is life, dude? This is nuts. I can't even fathom. We're also going to get Matt Seidel on that card. Josh Alexander, Davey Richards, and of course your St. Louis crowd of Camaro Jackson, Team Ambition, But dude, the Motor City Machine Guns, the fucking Motor City Machine Guns against Grindhouse, against the Besties, bro.
Yeah.
I want my fucking ticket now.
Metrotix.com
now. Yeah.
At the Grandel Square, St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis versus the World.
Gears.
I didn't realize
that's 4 hours away, but dude. Gears, if you want a road trip with us, you're more than welcome to, brother.
Dude.
I've got a big back seat, dude. So
so when I first saw this, I saw both tag teams there. I don't think they've actually announced this match that even happened yet. But I said, I sent you the message. I said, could you imagine if they did Motor City Machine Guns against Grindhouse? Could you imagine? I got on the Twitter and Davey Vega basically confirmed it. Yeah. That's happening. That's the match. So
that will be match of the year. I don't see how it's not.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't. I mean, like I said, I've talked 1,000 times about how Davey Vega is on an absolute fucking tear. And then to put him and Fitchett in the ring together against Motor City Machine Guns.
One of my favorite tag teams of all time. Yeah.
Bro. Yeah.
Brian's down the road trip. We got a road trip crew coming. I mean, let's do it.
That's all right.
Anybody got a van, a bus?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Because come hell or high water, bro. I will gladly. Shit, I might actually be down. I'll have to check what days. Gears. I work on Sunday. I don't give a fuck. I'm not working. I'm taking the vacation time now. I'll take non-paid. I'll take no pay day off. We have paid days and we have non-pays. I'll be like, yo, don't pay me because I'm not coming in.
But FYI,
I'm not working.
You approve it or not, I will not be there. Yeah,
I will not be there. I will be in St. Louis watching history.
Yes.
And this is nuts to me, dude, because like there's fans of professional wrestling that aren't going to know that this match exists, that aren't going to know this match is going to happen. And then there's actually some dummies out there, that are going to see that and not know how fucking badass this is. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, man. It sucks. I thought about it and talking about this at the beginning of the show, when we had like really high viewership, but fuck it. I don't care. Like this is, if you're a Kansas City wrestling, if you're a Missouri and Kansas independent professional wrestling fan and you don't know that this match is happening, sorry, you got plenty of time.
It's happening in March. It's not even, it's 4 months away.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That's nuts, dude.
Yeah, I can't wait for it, man. It's going to be,
It's going to be a banger.
It is. It is. And Grandel puts on hell of a shows, man. Like they, and I think they run only a couple times a year. Like it's not like they run monthly.
How many times have we looked at a card and seen Josh Alexander on there and not been excited about the match? Like, we sponsored a match with Josh Alexander and Kenny Alfonso in it that tore the fucking house down.
Yeah.
Now we're about to see, like I said, Josh Alexander was on that poster. So he's going to be at that event. And I'm telling you right now, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, cool. I mean, that's awesome that Josh Alexander is going to be there. I'm a huge Josh Alexander fan, but bro, we're talking about Grindhouse and the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah. That match sells it. And every other match that is announced is just a bonus.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know if I can go to that because that's going to be one of those matches where if I see people sitting down, I'm going to start slapping people. Be like, dude, what are you doing? Get up. Start cheering. Stop sitting on your ass. Like, get up. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm going. I'm kidding. I am going. And if I have to assault some people in St. Louis, this won't be the first. This wouldn't be the first time I've been threatened to be arrested in St. Louis at a wrestling event.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. We are off the rails, ladies and gentlemen. We have lost CR Media. And
oh shit.
What an event. Like I said, Grandel Wrestling, guys, March 18th, 4 months away. What was that? Let me pull it up real quick.
March 18th.
Metrotix.com. If Front Row's not already sold out now, I don't know what the hell is going on, but get your tickets because it will. With that match on the card, it will sell out. So,
Yep.
Whew, man. So that rounds it out, guys. We've got a hell of a December coming up. I'm going to kind of run down the events that are coming over the next couple weeks that kind of round out December, round out the year. We've already talked about most of these cards, most of these events. Tri-States Wrestling is coming to Bethany, Missouri. They're going to present a Dog's Christmas to prevent the animal shelter there in Bethany, Missouri. Jay Fowler, Luke Langley, Dr. Eisen, all scheduled to be there. That's on December 16th. The very next day, December 17th, Tri-States is going to hold another event in Macon, Missouri. They're going to have Davey Richards against Franco Varga. The very next night, 3 nights in a row, Glory Pro, December to Remember. That's going to benefit Operation Food Search. So go support them if you're in the St. Louis area. Also on December 18th, Mid-States Wrestling. Your boy, Brian J. Bebe's boy, Jason Jones. He owns Mid-States Wrestling in Springfield, Missouri. They're going to have an event. Jimmy Hart's going to be there, as we saw at the flyer that he very politely put on our table there at CSW Vendetta, or via CSW, sorry, Vendetta and Deal with the Seal. Luke Langley, Niles Planquet, Jimmy Hart, all scheduled to be there at Mid-States in Springfield on December 18th. So if you're in Springfield, go give them a try. And Luke Langley is the champion there, so he'll be defending his championship there, as we talked earlier on. And last but not least, Journey Pro Wrestling is holding their final show ever.
I don't want to talk about it.
Thursday, December 29th, and we know one official match, and it's for the Journey Pro Championship. Champion Christian Rose is going to defend his title in a four-way match against the Monarch Jeremy Wyatt, against Kenny Alfonso, and against your boy.
I thought you were gonna forget who it was.
Who's your boy? Who's your boy, Chase?
Gary fucking J.
Gary fucking J. So this is going back to the roots, guys. Like they I think they're throwing out all storylines. They're throwing out this is just going to be a wrestling show for wrestling fans.
Nobody's confirmed that. That's what you think.
I think it's going to just be a pure wrestling show. This is going to probably be completely agree. Journey Pro final event. And as you and I are kind of in agreement, there's only one winner to this match, and it is Christian Rose. Yep. He should be the one and only Journey Pro champion. So,
if anybody else wins, I'm punching somebody.
Yeah. So anyway, that's December 29th. That is a Thursday. Get your tickets at journeyprowrestling.com. They will, I'm assuming, in the next couple weeks. I guess we're only 2 weeks away from this. Start announcing the other matches that are going to be on the card. So that will be coming. Follow them on social media and get your tickets, guys. Go support them. Last show, last Journey Pro event. Not going to be another last event. So go get it.
That is correct. All right, guys. That does it. Almost 2.5 hours, guys. We appreciate everybody that stuck with us. We appreciate first time tuning, people who tuned in for the first time live, people who came back, everything. Guys, 2022 was an absolute roller coaster of a ride, in a good way. I don't think the only thing negative I would say is, the shows where we had audio issues, connectivity issues. That would be the only type of roller coaster I would say. Other than that, man, it's been all up. I've told Josh, Josh and I have talked several times privately. I've done it on this show. I cannot tell Josh how much I appreciate him doing this with me and how much I'm having the time of my life. We're having a blast, man. So like I said, guys, if you thought 2022 was good, if you thought 2022 was good, stay tuned for 2023. 2023 is going to be awesome. We've got a lot of stuff, a lot of great stuff planned. Preview future shows. We talked about the first show in January, Johnny Faith. Do me a humongous favor, right? January 5th. Do me a humongous favor, Brian J. Make sure you let Gabe know that the I-70 hot tag is going to have one of his favorite guys, Johnny Faith, on at the beginning of 2023. I know Ben will be super, super excited. So, yep. Super excited. All right.
That's it.
I kind of want to just talk for 4 more minutes so we officially go 2.5 hours.
We'll get it with that year-end or that video at the end probably. So
I'm
yeah,
sad.
guys, we hey, want to shout out to NayRB11 on the Twitch. Appreciate you joining in. We saw your comments earlier. Thank you for everybody. Gears of Kai, Brian J, everybody who tuned in earlier. We had Astonishing Austin Militalo, Dean Houston, everybody who Hunter Dillon, Willie Hendricks, everybody. I'm not going to scroll all the way up. Appreciate you guys tuning in. This is episode 35, and this is the final show of 2022. We will be back on January 5th. I really hope everybody enjoys the holidays. Have a Merry Christmas. We will have next week and then the following week off. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in every week and watching our show. We're having a blast, like Chase said, and we're gonna take some much needed 2 weeks off, enjoy some time with family, enjoy the holidays, and we will be back to knock things out of the park, hopefully, in 2023.
Absolutely. Josh will be taking some much needed time off. Guys, I will still be going on Wednesday nights, 15 minutes after Dynamite. Check out CR Media live for the AEW Dynamite post show. We break down Dynamite, and then we have a section in the show where we give the link to the stream out to you, the viewers, to come on the show and talk with us, tell us what you liked, what you didn't like, and stuff like that. And then on Sunday nights, me and two of my really good friends, Mark, Pro Wrestling Kingpin, who's from the Chicago area, and then my good friend ABJ, Anthony Blackwell Jr., who's from the Pennsylvania area. We come together and we talk about topics in professional wrestling as a whole. A lot of mainstream, some independent stuff, depending on how big it is. But definitely, guys. Like I said, the AEW Dynamite post show is interactive. You guys would love it. Definitely come check that out if you watch Dynamite. And then on Sunday, like I said, if you're a professional wrestling fan, check out Bad Booking. We love having user interactions there. We do fantasy drafts every week of certain topics. And by the way, bitch, I don't appreciate you telling Mark that he won that fantasy draft last week, because he didn't. It sucked. Okay. It really
did he draft the Motor City Machine Guns or no?
Did we? No, I was talking about no. Was I talking about that? No. He did draft the Motor City Machine Guns. He did. So that one, no, I'm talking about Raz. Raz is the entrance themes. Rollin' by Limp Bizkit.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I saw the tag teams.
Okay. Yeah. Well, either way, I still don't appreciate you telling somebody else. You're supposed to be my hot tag partner. Not supposed to tell other people they won a draft over me. But that's fine. That's fine. I'll forgive you. Anyways, guys, definitely come check out the other shows on CR Media if you haven't already. Look forward to seeing you guys there. Other than that, Josh, you got anything before we close out tonight, sir?
I don't.
All right, guys. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. And as always, guys, good fight and good night. We'll see you next year.